Hey, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. Oh, it's so nice to see everybody. Welcome to all those tuning in on our love stream this morning. Happy October. You're feeling the brisk air, the crispness of autumn. And I feel that warmth, that love right here in our community. We have a special day ahead. Some great music, a message from one of my favorite speakers. I want to call him Reverend Randy. He probably will cringe at that, but he's awesome. And a new, a special music you haven't heard from in probably 5 to 10 years. Some really cool music coming your way. We're going to start off this morning by singing together, along with our theme, Further Together. We'll sing this song, Together We Can Change the World. Please sing along.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe it's not too late. Together we can change the world. Lay the puzzle pieces out, find out what it's all about. Together we can change the world. I could start this by myself, but I'm asking for your help. Together we can change the world. Sailing past where it's been charted. Roll your sleeves up, let's get started. Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world. With our hands and with our hearts, we can dare to make a start. Together we can change the world. What if we spoke with one voice, knowing that we have a choice? Together we can change the world. I could start this by myself, but I'm asking for your help. Together we can change the world. Sailing past where it's been charted. Roll your sleeves up, let's get started. Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world. Change your mind and change your life. Set aside the fear and strife. Together we can change the world. When we open up our eyes, then we start to realize. Together we can change the world. I can start this by myself, but I'm asking for your help. Together we can change the world. Sailing past where it's been charted. Roll your sleeves up, let's get started. Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world.
Yes, we can.
Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world.
Yay! Yay! Oh, my little workout of the morning. Good morning, everybody. Oh, what a treat. Thank you. I needed that. I really did. Hello, everybody. Good morning, and welcome to the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Rob, and I am your service host this morning, and you are my spiritual community. And I am so grateful for being here. and for your participation in this live service today. And if you're joining us online through our virtual love stream, we're so happy to have you here. Our practitioner holding high watch this morning is our own dear, sweet Hildreth Ferris. And during this time together, she is in prayer, knowing the best and highest good is unfolding for us as we share this sacred time together. And our prayer practitioner this morning is Linda Brewer. This center is a spiritual community that teaches a philosophy for daily living based on spiritual principles and practices that are really universal among all religions. We honor all pathways by which people seek to know and connect with the divine. and we work on our individual consciousness so that we can help make the world a better place. I'd like to welcome any first-time visitors to the center today. If you are willing to raise your hands so that we can acknowledge you. Yay. Welcome. Thank you very much for being here today. Now, wherever you're joining us from, I would invite you to recommit yourself to our center's spiritual purpose by joining me in saying our purpose statement. We are a thriving community where individually and together we embody and express our spiritual magnificence for the highest good of all. Thank you. For all of the latest information about what we're doing around here, you can check out our website, which is at www.spirituallyfree.org. Here you can see what's happening on Sundays, watch previous services, read about the folks who put on this show for you every Sunday, and submit a prayer request with our practitioners. This month, our theme is going further together and reaching higher, and our guest speaker is Randy Scott. He's going to speak to us today about we is greater than me, going further together. Our guest musician is Rory Norseth, and next week, I'm your speaker on the topic Dig Deep, and you might want to wear something to move around in. But I have a whole week to decide, so we'll see what happens. All right, but by way of announcements. So last week, you all learned that our landlord has given us permission to paint a permanent labyrinth on the concrete parking lot directly to the east and to the south of this building, with the intention that we're going to complete this project before winter. We began yesterday by throwing a little cleanup party. And 7 of us gathered in the parking lot and shoveled and raked and scraped and picked up. We picked up cans, we picked up all kinds of crazy stuff, and threw it all away or recycled it. And now we've got this beautiful, well, I guess it's 60 by 60 feet. Wow. It's big, y'all. Wow, cool. 60 by 60 foot space right here, enclosed on 2 sides by the fence. And so I want to thank those people who came yesterday to help us with this cleanup. Yeah, this is very exciting. Just last week, Steve and I were at Mile High Church in Denver and got to see their brand new labyrinth. We're not copying them. It just happened to be they have a new labyrinth as well. But the spiritual experience of walking that labyrinth was really a joy, and I'm excited to have something like that here that we can call our own. So the next step is going to be to paint the thing, and we've got some contacts that we're working to help us with that. So more information as it comes available. In 2 weeks from today, on Halloween Day, on the 31st, we are going to throw a Halloween party here in the sanctuary. It'll begin at 1:30. We are going to start with a costume contest, and by all means, feel free to wear your costumes here for service. I just love the idea, you know?
You don't know
whatever it is, I can't wait. The party will start at 1:30, and we've planned it deliberately for between lunch and dinner, so that we can have some games. We're going to have a costume contest. We're going to play pumpkin bowling. We've decided that bobbing for apples isn't necessarily very hygienic at this point in the world, so we're going to have a eat the donut off a string contest. We'll have a pumpkin carving contest. Those same pumpkins, any pumpkins that make it through the bowling contest will then be carved. And all of this followed by a movie. We're going to watch Beetlejuice, which is one of my favorites. For those of you who come, you're invited to bring movie treats, okay, party treats. And if that's a casserole, then make it something fun. But the idea is really between meals is something for us to just have a good time together, have some laughs and watch a movie.
And bring a friend.
And bring a friend. That's a great idea. Bring a friend. Please do. And all of this, and we'll have you home in time for dinner and have you home in time for any trick-or-treaters that do come by on Sunday night. There is a sign-up sheet in the lobby for those of you who would like to volunteer. And we will meet next Sunday right after service for a short planning meeting. Okay. Our center is founded on and grounded in prayer. This helps us deal with whatever comes our way and creates a positive experience regardless of our situations. Our professional prayer practitioners are trained in the art and science of affirmative prayer and are ready to pray for you and with you. You can meet with one of them here in the center after service. There is a prayer box where you could submit a prayer request for yourself or for someone you love in the lobby. Or you can also do it online at our website, spirituallyfree.org. If you submit a prayer request, you can rest assured knowing that our practitioners hold your prayer and your hopes, your thoughts in prayer all week long. And that is very powerful. So now, I would invite you to settle in and allow Linda's reading and the centering music to take you to the sacred space within. And then Linda will lead us in prayer.
Our reading today is by one of my favorite people on the planet, Rachel Naomi Rimmen, who is a medical doctor who has brought so much to the medical community in terms of helping them understand how to do compassionate care with patients. And it's called Live and Help Live from her wonderful book, Kitchen Table Wisdom. We all can influence the life force. The tools and strategies of healing are so innate, so much a part of the common human birthright, that we believers in technology pay little attention to them, but they have lost none of their power. People have been healing each other since the beginning. Long before there were surgeons, psychologists, oncologists, and internists, we were there for each other. The healing of our present woundedness may lie in recognizing and reclaiming the capacity we all have to heal each other. The enormous power in the simplest of human relationships, the strength of a touch, the blessing of forgiveness, the grace of someone else taking you just as you are and finding in you an unsuspected goodness. Everyone alive has suffered. It is the wisdom gained from our wounds and from our own experience of suffering that makes us able to heal. Becoming an expert has turned out to be less important than remembering and trusting the wholeness in myself and everyone else. Expertise cures, but wounded people can best be healed by other wounded people. Only other wounded people can understand what is needed. For the healing of suffering is compassion, not expertise.
Why have we come to earth? Do you remember? Why have we taken birth? Do
how grateful I am for this reminder of why we are here. That we have come that we might love one another. That we might offer each other compassion, forgiveness, understanding, and joy. And how grateful I am that that amazing power that created us, that brought all that is into being, everything we see, everything we smell, touch, taste, is all an expression of that one who chose to create this magnificent universe that it might more fully express itself. And the icing on the cake was its creation of humankind and all the amazing differences we have and skills and gifts with which we were endowed, that we might express a unique and special part of our Creator. I am so incredibly grateful for this community, that we have chosen to come together, that we might love, serve each other, and remember why we're here. And so in gratitude for the incredible love, the healing, the wholeness, the laughter, and all that is magnificent that we experience here together, I just say thank you and allow it to be. As together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Linda. That was a beautiful reading and a beautiful prayer. It is our nature to be driven to a grander scheme beyond what is common in our mindscape, to the dreams that we have spawned. It's amazing what we can do as a human race to participate in our evolution. And it comes naturally, if you think about it. It's when we fight against that that we get into trouble. This song that we'll sing together is called We. It speaks to, I think, the awesomeness of humanity. Let's sing.
By Rick Charette.
She wants to learn to sing and dance.
Faith is fruit that can be tasted. Just beneath the corals rise. Joy is a time not wasted on careless thoughts best left behind. We may live beside the ocean, across the desert we may roam, but we are children in a family, and this planet is our home. We desire to know our future, to know we're safe before we sleep. We want so bad to be included, to know that love will never cease. We are risks that must be taken. We are how we've come this far. We'll always be connected. Blended lights among the
Thank you. Thanks for singing along. It's my pleasure to introduce our special music today. This guy's been a friend of mine for years, and he always wants to play in church. Sometimes the music that he has chosen previously has pushed the boundaries of, well, they push boundaries. But he is an extraordinary songwriter. The way Rory can tell a story and have the music match the feeling and essence of that story is just remarkable. He has a very distinctive style. I don't even know who to compare him to. So he stands out as just an incredible mind, a very creative person, a brilliant songwriter and guitar player, and he's my friend. So let's give a warm welcome back after so many years, Rory Norseth.
Thank you, Rick, for that really nice introduction. And I've matured, and I won't play anything to get me kicked out of church again. So, it did remind me of a story. There's a guy named Bill, drives a dump truck for a living. And it's pretty remarkable when you know the story. Bill was just this kind of quiet guy. This was some years back. And except when he was talking about his dump truck, he was going to buy a 5 or 6 axle dump, and they're the kind that 10 or 12 wheel, you'll see the center axles hanging from the chassis when the load's empty, right? So we always just thought he was talking, but he worked very hard for a number of years, and he pulled it off, and he bought a brand new dump truck, and even back then they were over $100,000. And he went to the gravel pit 3 to 5 times a day, 6 days a week. I always worked Saturdays. And at the gravel pit was this woman named Irene. And Irene worked in the scale house that Bill would pull his truck up onto the scale, and she'd weigh his truck. And they'd have these little conversations, 15 seconds here, a minute there. And after a while, if there was no one behind him, maybe 2 minutes, well, 3 to 5 times a day, 5.5, 6 days a week, because Irene worked overtime when she could. Bill fell hopelessly in love with Irene. And she didn't know it. And he would pull up to the Scale House, and this song is basically his inner dialogue, and he'd be going, today I'm going to tell her, today I'm going to tell her, today I'm going to tell her. And then he'd be pulling out onto the highway, tomorrow I'm going to tell her, tomorrow I'm going to tell, and his heart would be pounding, he'd be sweating bullets. And, well, truth is, he finally told her, and she felt the same way, and they lived happily ever after. And this is called The Battle of Bill and Irene. Lover, give your soul to me, winter's slowly coming. Lover, give your love to me, I don't remember asking. Time it comes and time it goes, time enough to make love slow, well, that is all you need from me. Well, darling, give your heart to me, those pieces I am missing. Lover, give your smile to me, those lips that I'll be kissing. Sorrow comes and seasons go, spinning world soon melts the snow, and that is all I need from you. Well, I would run 1,000 miles if I thought I heard you calling. I would cross 1,000 years just to catch you as you're falling. Sorrow comes and the seasons go, love remains and makes us whole, and that is all we need from love. Oh, baby, need from love. Lover, give your soul to me, winter's slowly passing. Lover, give your love to me, I don't remember asking. Lover, give your soul to me, winter's slowly passing. Lover, give your love to me, I don't remember asking. Time it comes and time it goes, there's time enough to make love slow, and that is all you need from me. Oh, baby, please need for me. Sorrow comes and sorrow goes, love remains and makes us whole, and that is all we need from love. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rory. That is a heck of a story. Did y'all see what he's wearing south of his knees there? Some awesome guitar socks. Reminds me, over my years with Centers for Spiritual Living, I'm always impressed by what we show up wearing on Sunday mornings. And reminds me of a line from an old movie, Still Magnolias. God don't care what you wear, just as long as you show up. All right, thank you, Rory. It's my great privilege to introduce a dear friend of the center, Randy Scott. Randy is an author, speaker, mentor, and founder of Zenpowerment. He's got a degree in marketing and has spent 25 years in a corporate career, in international sales and marketing while living around the world. He is one of those rare people who at the same time is extremely competent, aggressively successful, and empathetically human. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Randall H. Scott.
Thank you, Rob. It's always such a pleasure for me to be here. Just feels like family, It feels like family. I get to come in here and give lots of hugs, and I just feel a lot of love here, and I'm grateful, super grateful for you guys. So there's a story about this man, and he's a gardener. He's in the garden, and a conversation starts to happen between his mouth, his hands, and his feet. And they were all complaining about the stomach not doing anything. The stomach just sat there. The mouth is like, I chew all this food and swallow it, and the stomach just sits there. And the hands are like, I go gather all this food and put it in the mouth, and the stomach does nothing. And the feet is like, I am walking around this garden all day long, and the stomach does nothing. So they decided to go on strike and not put anything in the stomach. And 2 or 3 days later, they started feeling dizzy, right? Started feeling faint. And they realized that the stomach was doing something. The topic today is we is greater than me. And this is such a great community for this conversation. It's such a beautiful opportunity for us to really appreciate and value what we have in this community. There is a word that comes from the South African Zulu people, and it's called Ubuntu. And Ubuntu means that the sum is greater than the individual parts, and that the individual is lifted by the support of the community. And there's a great example here that I'd like to read. It says, in certain regions of South Africa, when someone does something wrong, he is taken to the center of the village and surrounded by his tribe for 2 days, while I speak of all the good he has done. They believe each person is good, yet sometimes we make mistakes, which is really a cry for help. They unite in this ritual to encourage the person to reconnect with his true nature. The belief is that unity and affirmation have more power to change behavior than shame and punishment. This is known as Ubuntu, humanity towards others. How would it be if our world was like that? How would it be if we practiced that? If we built people up instead of using shame and guilt and things like that? What a powerful principle. In mathematics, 1 + 1 is 2. In relationships, 1 + 1 = 3. In a relationship, whatever that relationship is, there is an energetic third that is created. And that gets even bigger when there's more than just 2 people. Now, there's a saying that when 2 people are of the same opinion, one is redundant, right? So if you think of my hand, if these are the same, then one's redundant. But it's the differences that build strength in this energetic third. It's the differences that we get to appreciate. It's the differences that actually strengthen a relationship. And so, an example would be the band that we get to listen to, right? We have all these differences. We have guitars and bass and keyboards and flute and drums. But what if everybody just came up and everybody just played drums? Probably wouldn't sound as nice. Sorry, Ricardo. Right? It's the differences, it's the uniqueness that builds a community, that gives it strength, that gives it flavor and variety. So, how do we appreciate the differences? One of the things that I think is funny, we have this little ego, right? It's so cute. And when we talk with someone and they think the same way we do, we go, oh, they're so smart. They're awesome. They're brilliant. Well, what if we could see if we could focus and appreciate the differences instead of what's in common? It doesn't mean we have to take it on. It just means that we can get a different perspective and a different point of view. When we choose to judge the differences, we're coming from a place of fear. instead of a place of love. Love unites and fear divides. So when I was 19, I served an LDS mission in Argentina. And when I got down there, there was like lots of culture shock. Things were very different. And I would hear missionaries and they would judge and say, oh man, that sucks, blah, blah, blah. And so I decided to adopt a phrase, solamente diferente, which means it's only different. And to me, that was a powerful way to look at things because it's only different. So many times we attach to our opinions so tightly that we make somebody else wrong or bad when it's just a point of view. It's amazing how many things we accept as truth that are just opinions. So the less that we can attach to our opinions, the more we can appreciate the differences of other people. Now, one of the examples that I really enjoy giving is the example of puzzles and puzzle pieces. I believe that each of us has our unique puzzle pieces. Now, if you look at a puzzle, one piece can only go in one spot. And I also believe that there is a master puzzle maker that sees the whole picture. And we don't see the whole picture. We have our little pieces, and we're playing this game of life, and we're having fun. But we have no idea what the total landscape is. And so if we choose to trust the master puzzle maker, then our unique pieces can be put in place when and where it's appropriate. I always say that the what and the why are up to me, and the how and when are up to the divine. So are we willing to create a relationship and a partnership with the divine and with each other? Because what's interesting in our lives, what I've seen is like the puzzle pieces, there are puzzle pieces that are really close together. And those are people that we're really bonded with. And then there are pieces that are clear over here, and they still are part of the masterpiece. But we just don't get to interact with him as much. So, what are our unique contributions? So many times we think it's got to be something big, but it doesn't. Right? Rob's sense of humor, unique contribution, right? Raj and the team back there doing audio video, unique contribution. I couldn't do it. The band, Jerry with, making sure we have hot coffee. We have unique contributions. And they are all valuable. Brené Brown said that the opposite of belonging is fitting in. The opposite of belonging is fitting in. And we all want to belong. But so many times we choose to fit in because we want to belong. Right? So we let our uniqueness, we let some of these things, we hide them instead of giving who we really are. And so we don't belong. When we betray ourselves by choosing not to be our authentic self, we're doing ourselves and we're doing the world a disfavor. There's active compassion is a phrase, and it's the practice of joining personal responsibility with social conscience for the good of all. So it's finding that balance between our personal and individual responsibility and how do we contribute to the community. And we have different communities and tribes. We have different organizations that we belong to. This is such a good one. And so it's finding that balance between personal responsibility and social conscience. The thing that I have seen is that in order for us to best serve in any community, we get to make sure that our cup is full. You can't pour from an empty cup. So the questions that I would ask is, what are we doing to fill our cup? What gives us pleasure? What do we do to make sure that our cup is full so that we can do the best and provide the best contribution for community? Some of the things that work for me are prayer, meditation, journaling. I do a gratitude list. I look for acts of service. For me, an act of service is actually really, really selfish because I always feel better. I always feel better, and that's okay. Right? How we treat our body with exercise and food. Whatever investment we can make in ourselves is going to make a greater investment in the community. Now, one of the things, when I was 15, 16, I was a little bit of a rebel, and I used to pride myself on my independence. You know, I got a job when I was like 15 and bought my own truck and, you know, was doing my own thing, and I thought, oh, I am so cool and so independent. And what I learned, because I was fiercely independent, I learned that that was actually a trauma response. It was a trauma response. I was adopted, and so I dealt with abandonment. And so I had the opportunity to heal that. But what we are is interdependent. And we are interdependent through both space and time. Right? We have our community here with CSL, and if people aren't showing up and doing their things, we could have problems. It wouldn't work. But if you think about it, for example, when I got up this morning, I had a shower with hot water. I didn't invent it. When I got in my vehicle that had gas in it, I didn't create the gas. The roads that were paved, I didn't do that. We are interdependent through all generations and through space and time. And when we can appreciate that, we can appreciate both the contributions of others as well as our own contributions. Another thing is just eliminating this illusion of separateness. You know, we in the songs, we heard "We Are One." And it's so true, and so many times we let our ego, you know, play the little thing. Oh no, I'm just me. And it's not who we are. We are one, we are connected. In the Athara Veda, in the Hindu texts, there is a story of Indra's net. And what was beautiful, Rick, that was an amazing song, such a beautiful song. There was a line that said, "We are lights among the stars." And it reminded me of Indra's net. So the best way that I can explain it is, think of a spider web, right? And the spider web it's like a net, and it has all these connection points. And think about like a dewy morning where there is a drop of dew at each of these connection points. And within that dew, you can actually see the reflection of everything else. In Indra's net, they have a jewel at each of those connection points, a multifaceted jewel. And so within each jewel, you can actually see all the other jewels. And we really are connected. The last thing I wanted to share is kind of freaked me out a little bit. So, and maybe someone knows this and I just don't, so I have no idea what I'm talking about, but we don't know where we fit in the scale of the universe, in the scale of reality. And what I mean by that is we only compare ourselves to other things around us. So like, we know that we're bigger than all the little things in quantum physics. And we know that we're smaller than, you know, this galaxy that we live in. But what if we actually have galaxies within us? and there is awareness and intelligence, and we are their gods. On the other hand, what if, so an atom has a proton and then it has electrons spinning around it. What if our sun is a proton and this earth is just an electron and we're just a bunch of little things on an electron in some huge, huge, huge thing? Kind of freaky? But what it does say is there is connection that we see, and there's also connection that is unseen. So I would like to close with what I call a thinkitation. It's like a meditation. Like in the meditations that we do beforehand, we'll do this breathing, and we'll focus on our breath, and we'll try and clear our mind. With thinkitation, what I wanted us to do is take a few breaths and close our eyes. And then I want us to think about not only our unique contribution, but let's also think about where we may not be showing our uniqueness and sharing our true gifts. So let's close our eyes. Take a few deep breaths. And then think about what are some unique contributions that you get to add. Maybe it's like Rory's guitar, socks, and sandals, or he's playing music. And that's unique contribution. Where are we hiding our light under a bushel and not being our authentic self and just trying to fit in? Where can we express ourselves fully? Let our freak flag fly. And as we ponder these things, do we trust that our unique contribution is used when and where the universe decides? Can we trust that our gifts, our differences, can be appreciated? And as we ponder on these things, we give thanks for this community. We give thanks for the contributions, the uniqueness that everyone provides. We're grateful for this journey of life, for the opportunity that we have to share who we really are. To enjoy the synergy of this community, the friendships that we have, the love that we share. And I say these things now and release them into the universe, as together we say, and so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I give. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
We are so incredibly blessed. Randy, thank you for that amazing talk. It was just wonderful. I felt like there were just challenge after challenge after challenge. So thank you so very much. It's like, okay, I need to go through that again with a notebook and set out all these things for myself to do. I felt very challenged in a very lovely way. So thank you. This is the time in our service where we acknowledge the gifts that have come to us through all the different sources that we have in our lives, recognizing that this is one source of great good in our lives and that we want it to continue to bless and serve the world. And so we participate in that divine flow that says, as you give, so shall you receive. And so this is the time when we have our offering. And so I invite you all to join me in saying our offering affirmation. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Filled with gratitude, I let this be, and so it is. And I forgot to say, will the ushers come forward? Thank you.
All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. I've been set free, I'm released. I've been set free, I'm released. The burden of my past has gone away at last. I've been set free, I'm released. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me.
Yeah. Well, let's hear some more from Rory Norseth. Tell us his story, Uncle Rory.
Really a rare privilege to get to play both of my favorite guitars on the same gig. I'm usually locked into one or another. If my I love these guitars so much. If my house caught on fire and I only had time to get one of them, I'd perish. I couldn't decide. So you remember Bill from when I was up here a few minutes ago? Okay, good. This is about Bill's childhood. Okay, and Bill and his cohorts, they learned to have both some very healthy and very unhealthy fears and a great love of adventure, and this is called William the Youth. May it serve as a metaphor. We thought the time was on our side, embracing all the trouble we could find. Cool running streams, hot dusty days. We ran around like hungry wolves, made all our mothers pray. Still it was okay, things were just that way. What can I say? Believing God was on our side. We laughed and danced and sang from every mountaintop we climbed, so sure that love was all we need. We wept like fallen angels, kept our mothers on their knees. Still it was okay, things worked out that way. What can I say? Cool running streams, hold my dreams, set me free. Set me free. And the dream goes on forever while the dreamer fades away, fade away. And the song goes on forever while the singer fades away, fade away. Cool running streams, hold my dreams, set me free, set me free. Well, that certain truth is so hard to find. Yet all the while our hopes and dreams lay hiding in plain sight. So sure that hope will see us through. You look at me, I look at you. We don't know what to do, still that is okay. Things work out some way. What can I say? Cool running streams, hold our dreams, set us free, set us free. Cool running streams, hold our dreams, set us free. Thank you.
I'm rooting for Bill and Irene. I am. That's how about y'all? Yeah. Oh, what a wonderful day. Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Rory. Thank you, all the volunteers that made this possible. Let's give a shout out to Raj and Rob in the back. They don't get enough. Thank you. They were both here most of the day yesterday. We had a really fun benefit program for Delann's family nonprofit. It was really fun. But Raj and Rob always step up, and they do it behind the scenes. Way too much.
Thanks,
But
guys.
maybe we don't want to see any more of them, huh? I don't know. Well, I want you to have a blessed week. Start planning your costume for Halloween. That'll be here on Sunday, October 31st. We'll have a party and a contest and lots of games and good food, and I want you to shock us with what you're going to wear. Within reason. Whatever that means. Yeah. All right, let's stand together and sing this awesome rock and roll tune featuring Rory Norseth on the electric guitar. We're going to rock out Let's Work Together. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Here we go. Together we stand, divided we fall, yeah. Come on now, people, let's get on the ball and work together. Come on, let's work together. Now, people, because together we stand, every boy, girl, woman, every man. Before things go wrong, was there sometimes, well, the road that we travel seems all uphill. Let's work together. Come on, let's work together. Now, people, because together we stand, every boy, girl, woman, every man. Well, now 2 or 3 minutes, 2 or 3 hours, what does it matter in this life of ours? Let's work together. Come on, let's work together. Now, people, because together we stand, every boy, girl, woman, every man.
Mr. Rory Norseth.
Oh, well, now make someone happy, make someone smile. Let's all work together and make life worthwhile. Let's work together. Come on, let's work together. Now, people, because together we stand, every boy, girl, woman, every man. Now, come on, all you people, walk hand in hand. Let's make this world a good place to stand. Let's work together. Come on, let's work together. Now, people, because together we stand, every boy, girl, woman, every man.